You want to introduce the show? Yeah, it's been a minute.
Okay.
Bring some fucking heat.
Fucking bring the fuck town. Want me to bring the fuck town to them?
Bring the fuck town to them, Mike.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Cologne podcast. I'm Mike.
And I'm Ryan. And we're two best friends. We're surveying the land of fragrances and giving you our uneducated opinion on it.
Yeah. Today, we are sniffing a vintage Drakkar Noir sent to us from our friend Jonathan over at Mason Meaty Clackers.
Thanks, Jonathan, for sending that along with the other goodies. We have a vintage Tom Ford, I think, in there as well.
Yeah, there's a few different discontinued Tom Fords.
And he also, he did mention Elysium, that what he just experienced with it.
Right. He thought that we talked it too hoard.
Yeah.
But we did.
We sure didn't. Actually, I wore the Parfum just yesterday, actually.
Really?
Yes. And
for special occasion or?
No, I just wore it.
Just to feel sexy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. 500 buckaroonies just.
Oh, dude. How many sprays?
Dude, I probably seriously did about 15, 20 sprays.
Fuck,
yeah,
dude.
Took a good old dent in that one.
Wow, man. You're living like a millionaire over there.
Yeah, well, I didn't buy it. You bought it. So.
Yeah, must feel good. Okay, well, we are going to get into that Drakkar Noir. But first, I got to get into a Fragrantica review by M. Dunford.
And for those that don't know what Fragrantica is, should we talk about that?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
For those of you that don't know about Fragrantica, it's a website. It's kind of like a encyclopedia.
It's like a Wikipedia for fragrances.
Yeah, there you go. That's a better description.
Because it's user updated, right?
Yeah, and like people are allowed to vote on certain things about a fragrance, likes, don't likes, all that bullshit, and do comments. And that's where we pull these from. We lurk around finding who's got the most smart-assy comment, and then we're like, we're going to do something with that.
And M. Dunford sure has one here. He says, I like this if I spray the air and sniff around, but on my skin, it smells like evil shaving cream. Shaving cream for an arms dealer with a bad attitude. It's like a fougere for executioners instead of actual barbers.
That is probably the coolest description review we've ever read on this show. I don't know what to think about that. What would evil shaving cream smell like? That is so out there.
You know what? We're going to find out because we got it in a bottle.
I can't believe it. 1990, by the way. Think of that shit. How old is that motherfucker?
Almost as old as me. It's 33.
Fuck. So we're going to smell something that's 33 years old.
Well, depends on its birthday. Could be 34 this year.
That's true, too. Neither here or there. It's still old as shit. And it's been bottled and sent to us by Jonathan Bleep. Oh, I thought we had a beep button. I forgot.
Oh, we do.
We had it sent to us from Jonathan.
That's right. You heard it here. Jonathan.
But before we get into that, we got to get into our one-night stand review of that fragrance you all didn't really like, and that would be the Le Parfum of
Luna Rossa Ocean. Hit the music, Todd.
Yeah. One night stand review.
Well, Mike, after going on a maiden voyage with one Jake Gyllenhaal and the Prada Luna Rossa Pirelli sailboat racing
space age technology.
Yeah. What do you think about this $175 contraption?
Hey, it didn't just really impress me. It smelled about what I imagined it would smell like, which was good. But at that price range, you've got to do something to really just horny me up. And it didn't do it.
No, it didn't, Mike. And for all you listeners out there, we really didn't mind the fragrance, right? It was decent.
Yeah.
But we smelled it 4 or 5 different ways through other fragrances, including the Luna Rossa Ocean EDP.
Right, which was so far in my approximation the best of the 3.
Yeah, I think so too as well, and probably the better bang for the buck if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
But I do have to say one thing, because we had somebody named Dav_Ski1. So Davski1 commented on that episode on Spotify, said, I think people are over having to pay that much for a scent when you can get a niche scent for the same price? That's what I'm falling into right now. And I think even in the episode, we said, dude, got a fucking, 100 ml of Wulong Cha for $120 from like some gray market site, right?
Yeah. And then we went on to smell Straight to Heaven, which again, we got $50 under the price tag for Luna Rossa Ocean Le Parfum. So, when it comes to that, why spend that much more for something that isn't going to really give you that special, unique smell that you're looking for? It's just a little played out in the scent profile.
Yeah, it's not being really innovative. It kind of pisses me off, man. That's where we're kind of, it's like, it's good, but it's not innovative and it's not special. You're not wowing anybody with it. And it really wasn't that loud, by the way. Was yours loud on your skin or anything?
No, it didn't really do anything special. In fact, I went ham on it because I left later and I had a job that I did, and then I was meeting a friend up for some food. Nobody mentioned anything about it.
I wouldn't doubt it. They probably said some bad things behind your back.
They probably did. I was passing out hugs. Nobody said, you smell good. Anything like that.
Yeah, so it's a certifiable skip. I mean, for real, it's all right.
Yeah.
That's the worst part. It's It's like, it could have been bad. Well, I could have felt better about saying it. Hey, it smelled like piss.
Yeah.
At least that was challenging, right?
That would have been exciting. Wow, they really tried something new here. They tried that piss smell, but it wasn't.
There you go. It's a skip from both of us.
I think so. At least at this price point, if they get it down lower in price, what price tag?
Let's play a game.
Okay.
You just say yes or no every time I ask this, okay?
Uh-huh.
150.
No.
125.
No.
115.
No.
100.
No.
$85.
I'm going to go with like $65-$70.
Fuck. So see what I'm saying?
Yeah. So it's double the price nearly triple the price that it should be at.
Yeah.
For someone like us. Now, the everyday muggles out there, still a little thing from our UK friends.
Oh.
Maybe they'll do that. Maybe they'll buy into the hype. It's new. Oh, it's more concentrated. That's it. But then it's just kind of sales tactics for the people who aren't really enthusiasts, but they want to spend their money and smell good. And this is a Prada. This is a name brand.
And we're not just taking a shit on them here, by the way, because as we alluded last time, if we ever have a top 5 or a top 10 list,
sure,
Prada Luna Rossa Carbon will somehow probably always make that list.
For sure. Yeah.
In fact, we let Todd smell Prada Luna Rossa Carbon a while back and he lost his fucking mind.
Yeah. Because he likes Sauvage.
Yeah. I mean, he literally lost he was like, he said Sauvage was played out to him.
Yeah.
And when he smelled it, he's like, wow, this is so much, it's done so much better.
Yes.
And the dry down is just incredible.
Right.
So we're not taking a shit on them, but we are going to be real up in here. And that one is just not that great. And Bleu de Chanel, any one of those, I think, blows us out of the water.
Yeah. The more I wore it, because I bought the Parfum, you really like the EDP. Now I'm an EDT guy for the Bleu de Chanel.
Okay, enough's enough. We're getting the hell out of this segment, this funk, this murky ass water that Prada's got us fucking bathing in. Okay.
Yes, and let's get into our scent of the day. That vintage Drakkar Noir from Guy Laroche and our pal Jonathan over at Mason Meaty Clackers.
Within the black, there is a power. Drakkar Noir, the men's fragrance by Guy Laroche, Paris. Feel the power.
Win one of 12 Nissan 240 SX sports cars. Register now at the Bon Marché.
Okay, yeah, that Drakkar Noir commercial back then, that was
hip.
Yeah, it was radical, dude. Man, it sounded like one of those after school PSA, like overly confident, like rap songs,
Oh, yeah, like this one.
Hey, Mike, what? You ready to hit him with that new shit? Yeah. What's that smell? You're in the zone. Oh, you talking about the new Cologne, the big juicy bottle really goes full throttle.
I'm so sexy, only date the model.
It's fresh and clean, it's a new
I
Fougère.
can't get enough of this Drakkar Noir.
Word.
Yeah.
Exactly like that one, Mike.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's smell this motherfucker, dude.
Okay. Hey, you first.
I should stop saying MF all the time, dude. I know people got to get pissed off.
If you got to, then use this.
Okay, yeah. Okay, here we go. I have not sprayed anything on my body, anything on my person today.
Ooh.
I am squeaky clean and pores are ready to absorb.
Accept this fragrance.
Yeah.
I've never smelled this before.
I haven't either. That's what's crazy. I've never smelled this before. I've seen it a million times my entire life, but I've never smelled it.
Oh, man. And this one's supposed to be like a classic.
I'm fucking ready. Let's do it.
Okay, do it. Before you... No, I'm just kidding.
You know I ain't scared.
Dude, I'm holding my breath so I don't smell it till I get it applied.
I love this. I fucking love this. I fucking love this already. Woohoo!
Oh, I get that shaving cream vibe for sure. I do love the shaving cream smell.
Holy shit.
That old school, like Barbasol type shaving cream.
That's the best shaving cream there is, and it's like the cheapest.
Yeah.
I get the one with aloe. I mean, I don't really ever shave anymore. I like just beard trim. Because if I shave, I look like a fucking 10-year-old over here.
Yeah.
This is badass. I freaking love it.
Boy, it's got some hair on it, though.
It does.
Man, on my skin. Woo!
Man, this shit is nice. It is loud. It is nice. And I think I'm going to be really depressed to buy a modern formulation of this.
Oh, man, it's got this sweetness to it I wasn't expecting.
Boy, she is stanky.
I was expecting it to have like a lot of that burn like Brute did.
Yeah.
But this is surprisingly smooth.
It's not what I thought it was going to be at all. I thought it was going to be kind of obnoxious or something, animalistic for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah, it's doing a lot on the skin right now. But on the card, where it's like, less popping, there's a sweetness to it. Oh, man, it's round. It's beautiful, voluptuous.
The card is incredible.
Yeah, it is phenomenal.
Wow, dude.
When I smell my skin, it's got like this bite, like pickled onions, kind of.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I'm kind of getting that.
I don't know. This was released, by the way, in the most glorious year that's ever created any man of this earth, 1982.
Okay. Wow.
So this thing's fucking old, 42 years old.
Mm-hmm. That's the year you were born, wasn't it?
It is. I'm an old fuck. So the perfumer for this, God, I want to say the name, but I'm just going to butcher it to hell. And
just give it a shot.
They deserve respect, don't you think?
Yeah, considering their past hit makers.
Sorry, I don't know why that took me out. Fragrantica. Hold on. I should have been more prepared.
Wow. We've literally spent half a day preparing.
Here we go. Guy LaRoche was the brand, and the perfumer was Pierre Wargani. It's like Wargnie. Wargin? Maybe Wargin. Pierre Wargin. Probably like that, right?
Yeah, sure.
I think I just figured it out, guys.
Wow. Good job.
This guy, though, has actually made another favorite of ours, and that would be Yves Saint Laurent, La Nuit de l'Homme.
Perfectly done.
That's one of our favorite fragrances. This guy made it. He's since passed in 2020, but this guy is the one that created that fragrance. He also created a Victor and Rolf fragrance, Hugo Boss. I mean, he's created some shit, dude.
Man, I've got 90 mil of that vintage 2021 La Nuit de l'Homme.
Dude, that shit goes hard, doesn't it?
It is juicy.
There's something really fucking badass about this smell.
It's like, to me, it's got this shaving cream, but there's a citrus to it. It's almost like there's like orange in there.
The tester strip is unbelievably good.
Yeah, it smells delicious.
If I don't know if I'm going to buy it yet. We'll wait till the end here. But if I really like this, and then my decision goes to wanting to get one of these, and it does not have, and it's like some reformulated bullshit, I'm going to be really pissed off because it smells so good.
Yeah, it also has that bite on your skin like the Polo had.
Oh, yeah.
It has something else to it.
God, what are fragrance companies doing, man? Why can't they be like this? This is what I love. It's unabashed, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't give one single, oh, what the fuck?
There you go. What was it?
It doesn't give one single, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's fresh out.
Yeah.
It could give a good less. You know what I'm saying?
I think so, but you're censoring yourself, so I'm not quite sure. I'm trying to fill in the blanks by myself.
God, the tester strip is incredible. It's like one of the better smells I've smelled in a long time on this show. I'm shocked.
I see why people hyped it up. I get it. I get it now.
Let me give you a little bit of the pros and cons real quick, okay? Pros, affordable price point, reminiscent of barbershops and old-fashioned masculinity. Absolutely that should be just at the fucking top. Classic and well-known scent. Cons, may not appeal to all age groups. I can see that. Reformulation has weakened the scent's quality and concentration. I hate that. May come across as too overpowering or dated. I don't think it's dated. I could definitely see it being a little overpowering, but when you don't give you just don't give You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You'll wear it and tell them to off. By the way, we got this new machine. I'm going to hit that button a lot.
Please don't.
It's closer to me, too. Wow, that is really fucking good.
Yeah. I'm kind of speechless here.
It's fucking great.
Well, as I sit here dumbfounded, trying to understand what is all going on in this fragrance, Ryan, why don't you hit them with that price and trend?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the price, super fucking cheap right now. If you buy like the reformulation, you're looking at like, I don't know, 19 to 20 something bucks.
What size?
I think that's 100 ml.
Oh, okay.
But let me tell you, if you're really wanting to dabble into this territory where you know it's going to be gnarly and vintage, you can find some upwards brand new, sealed, $450.
Whoa,
Yeah.
whoa.
450 buckaroonies.
Wow.
Would you pay $450 for that?
No, I'm sorry.
Really?
$450 for this?
It's pretty nasty.
I mean, it is, but $450?
God, the tester strip, though, man, the tester strip. Check that shit. It's fucking
Yeah,
good.
but I am a human, not a tester strip, Ryan. As much as I love, this is how they fool us every time you go into a department store with these fucking tester strips.
Dude. Okay, the trend, though. Let's get to the trend. Trend, it peaked, I guess, when Fragrantica first started in early 2010 or something. I don't know. And it slowly but surely kind of kept its pace, so like hanging in there, but it's kind of like been dipping down over time. And I just think that's just with time.
Mm-hmm.
I do think if something like this came out today, it feels kind of timeless. I feel like it would be yoing up, you know?
Yeah, but it is mature, right? You feel like it's mature?
I don't think it's as mature as people are thinking. I'm thinking 30, 35 and up.
I can see why you love this for a couple of reasons. One, you really love the Cartier fragrance that we did for the Patreons.
Absolutely.
This has that kind of vibe to it. There's something in there that reminds me of that Cartier.
The tester strip to me, though, I can tell you what it really kind of paints for me mentally. It like makes me think, I don't know why, like, you know, we played a little sample earlier introducing this of just like different like things talking about it. You know, Family Guy seems to always like refer to like Armenian men or gangsters and shit, you know?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Like, I don't really get that vibe when I'm smelling this. I actually get like hot pink and pastel blues and looking like they just walked off the set of like Miami Vice or something.
Oh,
A little bit of Don Johnson, you know, little 5 o'clock shadow.
Yeah.
Looks real fucking good with that dark skin. You know what I'm saying?
You remember that, don't you, Sugar?
But yeah, it just kind of reminds me of more like that than anything else. I don't know why, but I get that in my head.
Let me give it another go and I'll play some, I don't know, Duran Duran or something in my mind.
Hungry like the wolf. I don't know. I'm not saying like Miami Vice, like beaches and suns and aquatics. I'm just saying like the color profile, the 80s outfits, the kind of like like shoulder pads.
That's immediately what I thought. Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm pitching.
White
here.
blazer, shoulder pads.
Exactly.
Yeah. Some sort of pastel color shirt underneath it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And you're really tan.
Like too tan.
Yeah, really too tan.
Leathery.
But I do feel like, don't you feel like 30s and up or something? Maybe 35 and up?
At least that. I mean, you can't be younger than the fragrance. Fragrance is at least 33.
So you have to be at least that old to ride.
That's right, yeah.
God, it smells really good, guys. I'm shocked. If you can ever get your sniffers on like a vintage one, this is pretty mind-blowing. And I now want to smell a reformulation because I have a feeling we're going to be really disappointed.
Maybe so. Maybe that's how we should handle some of those episodes too, is like get our hands on the reformulation. But then it becomes like a comparison episode and not really. I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it.
No, I don't think so, because it's like we can actually kind of appreciate this. So if we smell the reformulation, it's garbage. We can make a really shitty episode of how much it sucks. Man, I don't know about you, but my skin is actually getting really good. It is something to be said.
It doesn't have fennel in it, does it?
I have no fucking idea. You know what? Why don't you read all the notes on it?
Okay, yeah, this is a short list.
Yeah, just a short, quick list.
Okay. Just quickly, you've got lavender, lemon, bergamot, rosemary, mint, lemon, verbena, basil, and artemisia. That's your top notes.
Okay.
Middle notes are just a couple here. Juniper, coriander, carnation, cinnamon, wormwood, angelica, jasmine. And then base notes, oak moss, leather, pine tree needles, fir, sandalwood, vetiver, patchouli, cedar, amber, and resins.
Not that many notes.
Not one single fennel in there, though.
Do you pick up any, after reading that, though, do you pick up any of those notes in this?
No.
It's just a unique concoction, right? It just smells like, it does smell like shaving cream. But I don't know if it smells like evil shaving cream. Does it smell like evil shaving cream?
Yeah.
Really? So
I kind of get
you
that.
think the bad guy in the movie's wearing this shit? Does Family Guy have this right? Are the stereotypes real with this one?
Well, the name noir hints that there's this darker side.
Okay. I don't like the skin anymore. It's doing something. But go ahead. Sorry.
The thing about noirs is the perpetrator of the bad thing is typically a good guy.
Really?
In a noir film.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. It's typical noir film is, femme fatale, this woman who needs, her husband offed or, whatever. Oh, he beats me. I'm so helpless. Please help. And she talks in some rube.
Okay.
Who comes in, does the dirty work, and then realize he's been bamboozled.
That's really all how noir movies are like?
A lot of noir movies, yeah.
I really did not know that. I was just like, it was like, oh, please, I need to, talk to a private detective and they got to find something out for me. But then he realizes she's the killer type thing.
Yeah, I mean, there's some of that, but most of the time it's like they talk to the private eye. Okay. The private eye kind of falls in love. And then before they know it, he's done some nefarious thing to help out the old lady. And then he was double-crossed. Oh, God.
It just makes me think of that time we came up with that idea to do, what do you call it? Like a serial killer type podcast.
Oh, yeah.
What were we going to call it, though? Because we were going to try to solve the murders. Remember the name we came up for it?
Oh, Amateur Dicks?
Yeah. Did you buy the domain for that?
Yeah, I did. I've since gotten rid of it. You hated that name.
Yeah.
I was like, this is great.
Amateur Dicks.
Yeah.
Wait, you still own it though, right?
No, I think it's been too long.
Damn, you might have to re-up on that before this goes live, because that shit was hilarious.
Yeah, so we were going to do... If you guys don't know, actually, if you're a Patreon, you do know, because we post multiple types of podcasts, not just fragrance podcasts, but we have a couple of other podcasts that go live into the Patreon.
Yeah, one of them being Eat the Menu. That's where we actually literally take this podcast setup with us. We go in the car, we mic ourselves up in the drive-through window, and we go and order a certain food and give a review of it.
Yeah. So we've got that one, and then we have another one called Weird Stories from the Web. But we tried another podcast, and some of you guys probably remember, but it eventually became snuffed. But then before that, it was called Amateur Dicks. And it was going to be us trying to be detectives. One presents the story, the other one tries to solve the crime, basically.
And we had really big aspirations for this. We were like, hey, we'll take this room over here, and you know what? Let's put a whole background behind it, like we're in a detective's office. We'll have a phone here and this here. We just had the whole thing laid out. Like we were going to make it look like we were really solving a case in a detective's office.
Even the first couple of episodes, we only did 2 episodes, but the first couple of episodes.
Mine was terrible that I did. Mine was great.
Yeah, you just didn't put forth the effort I was expecting from you. But I presented you like an evidence folder. I bought like an evidence stamp and like made case files and everything just to create the, feeling of really being on the case
and being amateur dicks.
That's right. We would have been those guys in the noir films that got bamboozled.
Yeah. Okay. Are you going to skip it,
sample it,
or buy it?
What are you going to do, Ryan?
Man, I don't know if it's worth $450, but I am curious to see if I can find a... well, first, you know what? Actually, it is a sample of a new one. I got to sample the new one.
Okay.
Because I really don't think I can just say I can spend $400-something on some old fragrance.
If it's close, you would buy. Well, yeah, I mean, at $20.
At $20, I'm considering that sampling, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I know I'm buying a full bottle, but it's sampling to see if it's good. And if it's good, cool. It was only 20-something bucks, not a big deal, and I'll be happy with that. But man, I hope it's close. If it's not, I'm going to be really disappointed because this does. The tester strip smells fucking good.
So since you're so obsessed with the tester strip, are you like going to make sure to only spray it on your clothes or what?
Yeah, because I'm not vibing it on my hand. There was a moment there when it was really good. I was liking what it was doing, but now it just kind of remains kind of stanky. I don't know how that is, but the tester strip, polar opposite.
Promise you, this is going to be like the Polo and the Cartier.
Okay.
In that 2 hours from now, when this loud ass fragrance dries down, you're going to be like, oh my God, on the skin.
You think so?
I really do.
God, it's tough on the skin right now, but man, the tester strip is absolutely gorgeous.
You and I are I'm starting to pull away from your skin tester strip thing.
Okay. Because
I feel like it's the same fragrance.
Mm-hmm.
We're not, I mean, on the clothes, it's similar, but the tester strip doesn't matter.
You don't think so?
I think to a certain degree it doesn't. I think it helps you break down the fragrance quickly. Because it doesn't smell like it does on your skin, but you get a lot of different things throughout the wearing of it on your skin versus on a tester strip. It's almost like, if you had different colored M&Ms, you pour them out on a plate and you spread it out, and it's easy to like take it all in really quickly as to what's in the bag.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're eating it, you're just going to pull one out at a time and eat it. And eventually by the time you get to the end of the bag, you're like, I had 14 greens, 2 blues, 7 reds, 98 browns.
Is that how you eat your fucking M&Ms?
I eat them a handful at a time, but still, I mean, we've shared multiple bags of peanut M&Ms,
which are phenomenal.
Yeah. Either way, what I'm trying to say is I don't want us to get too caught up in, the card's great, but the skin is, because then that's what happens when you go into a store, you smell on the card, you're like, God, you're like, holy that's delicious. Sure, I'll pay $175 for that Luna Rosa Ocean Le Parfum.
And the salesperson's like, have a nice day.
Yeah, exactly.
This button will never get old.
I'm disabling it right now.
I feel like that's a good day for this episode. I'm glad you guys came on this journey with us and experienced this vintage Drakkar Noir sent to us by fellow friend of the podcast and Patreon, Jonathan. Fuck.
I
did
told
disable it. What the fuck?
I told you I was going to disable it.
Piece of shit.
That's amazing. One thing I got to hammer on, we are incredibly lucky to have friends of the podcast like Jonathan and others that have sent us, especially these vintage fragrances
Yeah.
that we just couldn't get our hands on. There's no possible way that for an episode, I mean, God, we'd have to have crazy downloads before we could afford to drop, $500 to do an episode like this.
Yeah, exactly.
So having you guys send this type of stuff in and kind of help us along the way, dude, it means so much. And we're so thankful. And I can't help but just feel like we're incredibly lucky and blessed.
Absolutely. I agree with all that. Concur 100%.
Well, great. And until next time, spray it up, y'all.